1666. In just 3 days, one of Europe's largest cities, London, was almost completely destroyed. People lost their homes, their businesses, even their livelihoods. Yet interestingly, very few lives were lost. So, how did this fire start? How did the city turn to ashes, and what happened afterward? Let's take a step-by-step look at the story of the Great Fire of London. First, we need to understand the setting. In 1666, London had a population of around 400,000. It was one of the most crowded cities in Europe at the time. But modern buildings? Almost none. Most houses were wooden framed, with walls made of straw or clay. Roofs were thatched. So, a single spark could set an entire street on fire. The streets were very narrow. Houses were so close together that when one caught fire, the flames quickly spread to neighboring buildings. Firefighting systems were almost non-existent. People had to rely on buckets of water carried by hand. In short, it was the perfect setup for a massive fire. The fire started on the morning of September 2nd, 1666, in a small bakery on Pudding Lane. The baker, Thomas Farriner, was cleaning the oven when a tiny spark landed on the dry materials inside, and the fire quickly got out of control. At first, people didn't take it seriously. Neighbors tried to put it out themselves, thinking it'll be fine, while others panicked and ran. But the wind was strong and the air was dry. The flames spread quickly, reaching the Thames River within hours. And by then it was unstoppable. The fire raged almost non-stop for 3 days. A large part of the city center was destroyed, including areas around St. Paul's Cathedral. In the 17th century, firefighting techniques were very limited. Bucket chains, hand-pumped water pumps, and sometimes even tearing down buildings. But these methods were often ineffective, and the wind only made the fire spread faster. People tried to save both their lives and their belongings, but most had no choice but to flee. So, what was the toll of the fire? Houses. About 13,000 homes were destroyed. Churches. 87 churches burned completely. Other buildings. 44 courts and thousands of businesses were ruined. Homeless. 100,000 people lost their homes, about a quarter of the city's population. Deaths. Official records report very few deaths, though some historians think the number may have been higher. The economic damage was massive. Trade stopped, businesses were lost, and the city faced a serious crisis. After the fire, London was quickly rebuilt. Narrow streets were widened and houses were made from stronger materials, stone and brick instead of wood. St. Paul's Cathedral was rebuilt, and Sir Christopher Wren's modern architectural designs shaped the city. Fire regulations and management systems were introduced, making the city more prepared for future disasters. During the fire, some people showed incredible bravery, risking their lives to save neighbors and property. Today, you can still see some buildings that were constructed after the fire, and the wide streets and stone houses in London are all part of the fire's legacy. The Great Fire of London shows us that while disasters bring destruction, they can also drive change. So, that was the Great Fire of London in 1666. In just 3 days, the city turned to ashes. But this disaster also gave birth to modern London. From wooden houses to stone buildings, from narrow streets to wide avenues, the story of this fire shaped the city we know today. History reminds us that disasters, while devastating, often pave the way for transformation. If you enjoyed this historical story and would like to see more events like this, please give the video a like and follow our channel.